I suggest you have that checked.
Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way.
How can I make her wait when she's not even with us?
What?
It was just Kylie and I that night.
Yep. I knew it. That was the ghost lady.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Luke exhales, long and drawn out, his impatience rapidly changing the companionable air around us. In the face of it, I tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I've had with him so far has been like this. Why this still surprises me escapes me. What about my worries of offending the man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough what I saw that night, yet he says something completely different.
Wifey was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty?
Ah, shit.
But in the front seat. And Kylie's... Miss Pink!
What now? Kylie's sobs reach my ears first, and then her familiar weight returns around my waist again. Hot tears seep through my blues as she buries her face in it, her arms winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances in his own lips, but tight with concern. Her cries are soft enough to not attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now anyway. Those that still linger though watches our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle of the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently pull the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping away tears, creating little trails on the cheeks. Her mouth is drawn in a miserable poo when she pouts when she peers up at me.
Alright, Kylie, calm down. What happened?
It's my friend.
That's a little too vague, Munchkin.
Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight?
She nods, immediately clams up after her. She nods, then immediately clams up after, letting her sobs communicate the story instead, or as much as her shaking shoulders can tell me. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff while he shifts on his feet. He must not be used to handling children crying. What a wuss.
Sweetie, I won't be able to help you if you don't tell me what happened.
Seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters strength to talk, her cries subsiding to mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out.
She won't come out?
Where? Where is she?
In the little girl's room.
Is she still there?
I don't like that. Nope.
She won't say what's wrong. I kept asking her, but she told me to go away. Career Day is going to start soon. I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us for good. She's gonna miss it.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah, she won't listen. She won't even take the jelly babies. After I saved it for her too. Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him. Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out, and I'm really upset with her.
I don't like this. Just a little childish argument then. Times like this, I'm glad I teach teenager mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children, and I won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Normally, I leave this for their own room teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring look she shoots me. That's another weakness I'll have to steel myself against before I ever think of having one of my own. Now, I give in to it.
Okay, Tell me where she is, sweetie.
Sigh, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind us. Even with a small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so. No one wants to be caught in the middle of a children's path. But in the end, this is all just part of my job. I can't just shy away from it, can I? I don't like this. Nope. Nope. Kylie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridors and the rooms lining its sides are empty. Save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor, the whole area stays eerily quiet. Not unusual though. Since the part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it will once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait for the end of the drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn to his halfway, she has stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down.
I knew it.
My fair lady.
This is not gonna end well. Nope. Probably to brace or calm herself, or maybe this is our way of preparing to pull our friend out of her sulk. It certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remarks on it, however. It's all part of growing up, they say. Let her learn. The door is slightly ajar when we get to it, and far from it, and from inside, the sobs of a girl echo weakly. No! Barely audible even in this kind of hush. Ah, shit. So Kylie's friend is the ghost lady. Damn it. Turns out Kylie is not the only one upset about this. Despite the situation, a smile forms in my lips as I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there? You're Kylie's friend, aren't you? Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
Melody? Oh. Now we know her name. Children can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, it can be exasperating, especially around this age, but the endearing things about them outweigh those. All you need is enough level of patience.
Career day's about to start, too. You'll have to come out, or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she brought little gifts for everyone who'll behave. Don't you want to receive one?
However, her cries show no signs of abating. They only grow louder. Not close to a wail. Alarming regardless.
Are you okay?
From where I'm standing, it sounds almost like she's in some kind of pain. And it's not impossible. They do that at times, adding what ails them for fear of a reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. It also makes sense why she chose to lure furthest from the classroom. Wasting no time, I gesture for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door calmly so I don't harm her. At the same time, a distinct sense of deja vu hits me. I've been in this position before, behind a door, with someone crying on the other side, with my calls ignored as their cries grow into a wail. When was that? I don't remember anyway. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. And putting up for the child beside me is the thick undercurrent of worrying trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge open the door. It all happens in the span of a second. I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind me, coming to a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat, and when I turn,
Kylie?
no.
Miss Pink? Miss Pink? Why didn't you help her?
But I just tried! My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. This is Kylie, I'm sure of it. Yet nothing in the manner she speaks or the way she tilts her head in question carries the youthful, innocent vibe she always brings with her. As if I'm merely looking at the dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
But it's not those that trigger her memory. It's those chilling eyes. Calling. Beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
All at once the memory returns to me. A tide that has receded and now returns to shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of a single moment from days ago. Of a world passing by in a blur and of features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, they return with such unbearable clarity. There are no hurried wounds this time, no blood streaming down the pale face, thanks heaven. Just lips contorted into a small twisted smile. They bring with me venom I've never expected to ever see in a child, sending tiny pinpricks of dead crawling up my limbs and winding up my neck. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die. I can't breathe. Those whispers and laughter again. Judging, mocking, taunting. Each scathing word raining sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tense. A chill settles at the tips of my finger, every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single draw of breath, any struggle for air of freedom, the coils wrapped around my body tightens, dragging me down. A gradual, torturous descent into another bottomless abyss. On and on and on, until I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me!
Until darkness claims me and, unexpectedly, a note. In the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Are you ladies done with your business here? I don't have all morning to wait for you two.
Luke, open the door! Open the goddamn door! My eyes snap open and the world shifts into place with a rag gasp. When I glance up, a different set of eyes greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
No anger, no vile hatred in them. Just plain sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steady slips back to me. What just happened? I've reached out for the nearby counter to steady myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it was.